here with the first of the semifinals, China versus China. This is going to be very intense. A lot of friendly competition, but it doesn't mean they're not trying. Welcome back, everybody. We are here for the finals. First of all, can I get everybody to stand up? Let's show these guys how much love we have for them and stay hyped throughout the entire thing. We are in the finale, the final. This is what we've been waiting for all day. We're not going to show y'all in. I'm just going to jump into introduce. Then we've got Tiger. And lastly, we have got Jamie. Let's hear it for him, guys. Now we're going to do Sweden 1 star. Let's hear it for these guys. We've seen some great attacks from them, especially this man right here, Niall, the first of the players I'm going to introduce. Then we've got the man himself, Razor 2. And the lady of the team, Max. And lastly, we've got Pro Arrows.
Wow, that is awesome. If you're Glory China, what do? Do you change your base layouts because you know they've got this Town Hall 9 2-star kill team tied several times, but I'm expecting to hear an active and excited crowd out there as we get this clan war underway, cheering for your favorite clan, whether it be the Chinese clan or Sweden. Even if you're Finnish, they're probably rooting for their Nordic brothers at this point.
Yeah, you never know. Some of them are still salty about Nordic.
Acting as the kill squad, getting ready for Lava Loon to follow in behind.
Yeah, when you do this strategy, you're sacrificing those golems and able to bring the healers to this raid. So far, so good. As he pops that King's ability, he actually died pretty fast, but fortunately, he was able to take care of the opposing queen. His queen should live for a very time with that Expo being able to be healed up.
Yep, so you've got the Lava Hound that's come out to meet the queen, and the Expo, as long as the Expo is targeting the healers, though. The Expo is taking out the healers, it looks like.
Yeah, he popped the queen's ability, but because
she went invisible, the Expo targeted the healers, and now the healers are going down one by one, so that's not a good outcome down there as the rest of the attack starts from the top, Lava Loon, but that queen is still at full health. It looks like maybe we've got enough healers up to keep her going.
Yeah, he was able to take care of enough of these air defense. It actually turned out to be to deal with as well. Let's see if he has enough balloons to be able to storm his way throughout the base. Again, this is the lowest level Town Hall 9 from China. Glory China 1 attacking Max, who is the maxed out Town Hall 9. So if he can pull this off, that'd be a pretty good start for Glory China.
It's great to see the queen getting healed back up as she moves around the base. The ability's been used. We saw her nearly down to nothing.
Oh, she's a beast.
And now she's at full health again. She's at 100%.
Surprise.
And the healer's doing a great job. Tiger from Glory China looking really good right now. 7 78% damage, and that queen is immortal. Wow. She will not go down.
That queen is an absolute monster. It's safe to say that these clans
no
get
defenses left
over time. It started from the very first wars where we saw some questionable decisions to now, even though there's only 25 seconds left, let's see if he can make his way through it.
25 seconds left, and there's a lot of structures. 93% though. It's looking good. You've got lava pups all over the place. The timer's counting down, but it looks like the time might be on Glory China's side as the last structure goes down. 3 stars.
Nice.
Wow,
attack.
what a way to start out this war. 3 stars for Glory China on that Town Hall 9. And so that right there, that's what we want to see. That's what we absolutely have to see for the winner eventually here, to 3-star those Town Hall 9s early.
Yeah, definitely. Tiger was on the prowl right there, taking out that base with a very nice 3-star, attacking up. And I can confirm that they've actually 3-starred the other Town Hall 9 as well. 2 lines have already been 3-starred. Glory China's going to go on a rampage.
And they have 2-starred the #1 base, Niall's base. The attack is still underway, but the #1 maxed out has been 2-starred. We can see it on the screen now. So a minimum of 8 stars for Glory China from their first 3 attacks. That is what we've been expecting to see all day. Glory China just absolutely on a rampage, just mowing through the Swedish bases.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to check out the other side to the Swedish map, but it looks like they're going to end with 4 stars. They ended up 2-starring both of the bottom Town Hall 9s, and then 0 stars against one of the Town Hall 10s. So an unfortunate start, and it's safe to say those guys are in a pretty big hole.
Yeah, that is they're going to be playing catch-up for a while. It's not over, but that was a huge China. Something happened. They must have had a halftime pep talk back there. I don't know, but they came out looking like a completely different clan. They have 8 stars in just 3 attacks.
Yeah, so there's Glory China's map, or Sweden's map right there. Let's go and take a look at Glory China. You can see, like we said, both Town Hall 9s were only 2-starred, with Ken having 0 stars against his base. But one thing to keep in mind, even though it looks like a pretty significant lead for Glory China right now, really, you can make those back pretty easily. 3-starring a Town Hall 9 as a Town Hall 10 shouldn't be that difficult for these guys. You saw them do it in many wars before this, and then they just have to 2-star the other Town Hall 10s to get that 12-star benchmark.
Right, and both of Sweden's top 2 players, MP Wonder and Niall, neither one of them have attacked, and we both know that Niall is a 3-star specialist, so we fully expect him to go for it with his attacks. So both of those top 2 Swedish players haven't attacked. Those are 4 solid attacks that we expect to see a little bit later in this war.
Yeah, I wouldn't panic until you see one of your Town Hall 10s get 3-starred. That's when you know that things are getting real, and you're really going to have to turn it around. But for Sweden, plenty of opportunities to bring it back. They'll know exactly what's in the clan castle of those Town Hall 9s. They'll know where the traps are. So if they can utilize that information and clean those up next time, definitely be right back into the war.
Yeah, so Glory China, what we're seeing right now is really a psychological advantage. They do have the advantage in stars, but just the sheer impressiveness of coming out with that many stars, this is exactly what we saw in Korea, and the other clans never came back. Sweden, you're going to have to turn it around. Let's go up to Molt and see what happens in the second round.
Welcome back, guys. We are about to start the second round. It was just electric in here when Glory China showed up with 2 3-stars in that first round. So we're going to have to see what Sweden does in the next round. Let's go ahead and get this underway. Both teams, you can attack.
So a little bit of a chance for revenge for Sweden here. They are going to have 2 of their players attacking simultaneously. We've got the big man on campus, Niall. Let's see what he can pull out. He's bringing out a pretty familiar strategy with Go Wee Wee.
And there's a lot of open enclosures here. You can see the way this base is set up. Not the same as the base he 3-starred, but it is #2, so they don't have the maxed out heroes. Could he take advantage of this? I like the use of widespread golems there, dropping the heroes right down the middle. A couple of well-placed jump spells, well, one well-placed jump spell, and hopefully he's into the core, but there's 3 layers of walls for those heroes to get through.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit tough for them to make their way. He looks like he's going to actually bank on his king and queen, being able to break through a couple of those, but the jump spell's finally been dropped, and you can see that they're making their way into the center of the base. Going to have to focus down that multi-targeted Inferno Tower. That's going to be tough.
Good free spell, froze the Inferno, froze the Expo, froze some of the Clan Castle troops as well, but that far Inferno is a single, and again, it's going to be a matter of what it focuses on. If it's on a high-value troop, that's the time to freeze it. Will he wait? Will it find the king? We can only wait and find out. There it goes. And who did it save? Well, it looks like the queen used her ability. The king is still nearly full health.
All right, well, that Inferno Tower actually went down. That was set to multi, which is really big for those witches in the back line. He's going to need to keep those guys alive, but like we've seen in previous raid, the king is going on a stroll for his own around the base, and sort of just hanging out and having a good time.
Yep, so he's used his Iron Fist down there at the bottom of the screen. There's the 2nd star, but we would expect nothing less from Niall to 2-star this base. But this is #2, so 2 stars on this base. Anything more than that is going to be be bonus. So right now, Niall, maybe not looking at a 3-star attack, but certainly trying to stack up percentage points.
Yeah, it's hard to compare to that raid he did earlier, which was amazing, but still looks like 60% 2-star is nothing to scoff at. That's going to set them up extremely well as we get into later attacks. This is really what they needed.
Yep, so the Queen's still with a lot of health left. Every percentage point counts because you never know. They're obviously planning on coming back, and that is going to wrap up the Queen's attack. Maybe we got a Lava Pup's going to go out there and clean up on defense, take care of that Archer. And that should probably wrap up the raid. 65% 2-star, though. Well done for Niall and Sweden, 1-star.
Nice job by Sweden, very nice. But unfortunately for them, I don't think there's a lot of time to celebrate because after 2 rounds of attacking and only 5 attacks, China is looking at a pretty much perfect scoreboard. Every Town Hall 10's been 2-starred, every Town Hall 9's been 3-starred.
We still have attacks underway, so you guys haven't seen the updated scoreboard yet. But from what I can see, Glory China has 12 stars at the end of this second round, at an absolute minimum. So with 4 attacks completed so far on the screen, Glory China again just extending their lead. We're going to take a look at the war map. All right, so we've got Glory China here.
Yeah, this is Glory China's bases right here with Ken having his base 2-starred. Nada still under attack right now. And of course, those 2 Town Hall 9s from last round that we talked about. When we switch it over to Sweden's bases, oh God.
Yeah, that is a mess. So 75% or more on the number 2 and 12 stars. So right now, after only 5 attacks, Glory China has gotten a score that is equal to the final score of a lot of these wars earlier today.
Yeah, believe it or not, these first 5 attacks from Gloria China by themselves probably would have been enough to win every single quarterfinal that we saw today, except for one of the performances by Sweden where they ended up getting a high percentage point as well as 12 stars. So Glory China just turned it on to another notch when we got to the final.
Absolutely.